Business valuation is a very important topic for our examination as well and practically as well. Valuation. What is the term valuation? Valuation is the process of estimating the worth of something. So, business valuation will give us the knowledge how to value the worth of something. So through this process, we learn how to do valuations and how to figure out the worth of anything. Okay? So business valuation is the area where we learn about valuations. So valuation is the process of estimating what something is worth. Now, is there a need to value? Yes, there is a need to value different things. Because once we value anything, that we get to know its worth. So let's take a very basic example which will be really much useful in our calculations. The example is that, for example, let's say there is one animal and that animal is a chicken. So the farmer basically has different chickens, and the farmer on the yearly basis provides the food and take care of all the chickens. And then the farmer sells those in the market. So farmer will sell all the chickens in the market. So this is the work of a farmer. That is, the farmer will take care of chickens, and when a certain time will come, so the farmer will sell all the chickens. So the question is how the farmer will work out the value of the chicken. How the valuation will be done. So you need to remember, the best way to calculate the worth of anything is by, number one, calculating or estimating the future benefit from that particular thing. Now you think how this chicken will be beneficial for the farmer. So what future benefit will the farmer get from this chicken? Is that when the farmer will sell this chicken 1 year later, so the revenue that the farmer will get in 1 year's time is the future benefit for the farmer. So, revenue in 1 year time is the benefit. Now, from this revenue, the farmer will obviously deduct the cost that the farmer will incur in providing food, taking care of the chicken. So, the cost is what we need to deduct. So, from this revenue, once the cost the farmer will deduct, so the farmer will get the net profit, the net benefit. So, the net benefit that the farmer will get in 1 year's time is the future benefit from this chicken. But this is what the farmer will get in 1 year's time. So we need to find out the worth of this chicken today. So how we'll able to do it? So the best way is we'll multiply this with the discount factor and we will be able to work out the present value of this future net benefit. Now this present value is the value that I can say will be in year 0 right now. And this year 0 value is the worth of this chicken in the eyes of the farmer today. So remember, Wiffians, whenever you need to work out the worth of anything, let it be any sort of an animal, let it be shares of a company, you need to remember the basic rule. And the basic rule is that whenever the investor or the owner of that particular thing wants to calculate the value, so what owner will do? Owner will think about the future benefit from that particular thing that the owner will get. From that future benefit, if there is some cost, so we'll deduct the cost. So the net benefit will then be multiplied with the discount factor to calculate the present value. So if you want to calculate the worth of anything, remember the worth or the value is what? Is the present value of future benefit. So the present value of the future benefit is the worth of that particular thing in year 0 in current terms. So whenever you are required to work out the value, the basic rule is present value of future benefit, which is the year 0 value. And this is how we can calculate the worth of anything. So as I mentioned, the farmer will calculate the worth of the chicken today. And this will be based on the future benefits that the farmer will get. And once the farmer will get the future benefits or will work on the future benefits, the farmer will calculate the present value. So this present value is the worth right now in the eyes of the farmer. Now, in this business valuation, we'll be covering 4 things. Value of equity, value of preference shares, value of debt. If you see, the first 3 are very much similar to what you did in VAC. So when we were in VAC, we were calculating the cost. So in VAC, it was cost of equity. In business valuation, it's value of equity. Yes, there is a difference. There is a difference in our thinking now. There, we were calculating the cost. Here, we are calculating the value. Secondly, in VAC, we were calculating cost of preference shares. Here we are calculating the value of preference shares. We were calculating cost of debt in WACC. Here we are calculating the value of debt here. So yes, in WACC, the focus was towards the calculation of cost of different sources of finance, and in business valuation, the focus will be towards the calculation of values of different sources of finance. Lastly, we'll cover the area of market efficiency in business valuation. So there are 4 things that we'll be covering: value of equity, value of preference shares, value of debt, and market efficiency in our chapter of business valuation. So let's now start our discussion one by one. The first thing that we are starting from is known as value of equity. Starting from value of equity. So we learn how to calculate value of equity using different techniques. So I've categorized those techniques into 3 areas. The first is cash-based group, through which we learn how to work out the value of equity. Second is asset-based group or asset-based valuation. Third is income-based valuation. So we have 3 here. First is cash-based valuation. Second is income-based valuation. And third is asset-based valuation. So using these 3 categories, we'll learn how to calculate the value of equity. Let's start first with cash-based valuation. In cash-based valuation, we have 2 techniques. The first is known as discounted cash flow technique of valuation, and second is known as dividend valuation model. Yes. So we did cover DVM when we were in WACC, and again we have DVM here in business valuation, but this time the focus is towards the calculation of values. So let's start first with discounted cash flow technique for valuation, and then we'll move towards dividend valuation model.